We're finally at the pant part of the onesie, and I did get the pattern done, but I need testers, so if you want to test the pattern, please write to me at this email address, and let's get to it. When you have knit the body to the length that it says that it should be, you're going to end on a knit row, and you're going to join to work in the round. So you're going to work the rest here in just knits. If you end up on a purl row, you're going to purl every row. And of course I'm going to continue in magic circle, so it doesn't matter to me that this is too long, but if you need one that fits, just get the smallest one that you can find. So now I've done the first stitch, and I'm going to place a stitch marker so that I can see where the start of this round is. So there, and then I am going to knit half of the stitches and place a stitch marker on the other side also. That will, as you can see here, we joined in the middle, on the middle front. Oh, here we are, on the middle front, and the other stitch marker is then going to be mid back. So it's going to be here. And when we put those two stitch markers together, we're going to have one leg on one side and another leg on the other side. So I'm just going to knit half of the stitches here, and then I'm going to place the other stitch marker. Then you knit on until you get back to the beginning, and you need to knit up until 2 stitches before the stitch marker. So now I have 2 stitches before, and then I am going to increase 1 to the right. Then I will knit 4 stitches, so 1 and 2, slip the marker, and then knit 2 more, so 3 and 4, and then I am going to increase 1 the other way. Now I will knit on to the other stitch marker, and I'll do the same. I'll stop 2 stitches before the stitch marker, increase 1, knit 4, and then increase 1 to the other side. There are many different ways of doing this area of the pants, but this is the one that I have found to be the most, to give the best fit. I might do a video on doing the method where you cast on a lot of stitches. The only thing I found with that is that it bulges in a strange way, but if I can find a way to do it where it looks nice and where it fits nice, I will definitely do a video on that too. So just to go over what we're going to do here, we're going to increase a lot of stitches. If you imagine a pair of pants, the pattern will go down. Here's the body, then it will go out to the crotch area, and it will do that on both sides, and you sew those together to get like a round shape for your butt, and in this case a diaper. So we're going to increase, so this area is going to go to be bigger this way, and this increase is going to be bigger the other way, and then it's because we don't separate them, they're going to just stay together as if we had sewn them together. And then on the other side of that, now it's really big, and then we're going to decrease it back down. So it will do this, swoop out, and then swoop in. And hopefully it will be the same in this chunky yarn as it was in the in the thin yarn. After a few rows, you're going to see this. You're going to see a definite line where the increases are, and they're going to go in either direction. We've increased quite slowly, but now we're going to decrease rapidly. So we're going to knit up until 6 stitches before, or at least in my example, it's going to be 6 stitches. It might be different in the pattern depending on the size that you chose, but we will have 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can see here that the center 4 stitches are just knit, and then these are increased, and we're going to do the same thing the other way. that we are going to just decrease in the stitches here and then knit those in the middle. So on this side we're going to slip, slip, knit because we want them to be tilting this way. So you slip it knitwise, slip the next one knitwise, and then insert your needle and knit those two together through the back. That's going to look like that. Then you're going to knit the two, slip the marker and knit the next two. So now we've knit our 4 center stitches. It's not going to look as good as the increases because the decreases are of course stacked now rather than done like this. On the other side you're going to do 2, knit 2 together. So knit 2 together and knit 2 together. Here we are. And I'm going to do the same thing on the next row, and then we should be back to the same stitch count as we were before. And I'm of course going to do the same thing on the other side, so on the back. And I think actually the increases are clearer back here. Here we are. So here you can see the increases pulling away from those center stitches. It's the same really as the raglan increases, it's just a lot more fabric in between the increases. When you've completed all of your increases and your decreases, you're going to put all of the stitches on the one side onto waste yarn, and of course that is going to be all of the stitches between this stitch marker and the other stitch marker on the other side. So again, just like we did before, we're just going to slip all of these stitches either onto waste yarn or onto a needle like this one with a cable attached to it. The rest of the pants are knit in similar fashion to the sleeves, and you're also going to decrease along the way. So on this side you're going to slip, slip, knit just like we did, like that. And then you're going to turn and you're going to do a knit 2 together on the other side. When the leg is long enough, you're going to switch to a 2x2 ribbing, and then you're going to cast off all the stitches. Then of course you're going to go back and pick up the stitches for the other leg, and you're going to knit that too in the exact same